I'm sorry, my dears, but you're up for elimination. Two queens stand before me. Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me and save yourself from elimination. The time has come to lip sync for your life.
I'm just going to jump right into this recap review because a lot of stuff happened and this might take a while to get through. So, we start off on Thursday, eviction day, day 18, and it's basically like the aftermath of the chocolate food fight that happened the night before with the clique where they were taking the chocolate fountain sauce and throwing it all over the house with no disregard to anybody's like belongings and shit. So Big Brother calls them all up in the morning and he's like, all right, so y'all just had this big ass chocolate food fight last night. Y'all got to clean this up. Y'all got 30 minutes, clean this shit up. Raph, Chanel, and Deborah and Hannah are like, we're not cleaning this shit up. We didn't do it. We ain't cleaning this up. So, you know, the clique cleans it up. But what I noticed was Lotan and Tom did not clean up anything. He made the girls of the clique clean it up, which is like really fucked up. But are we surprised by them? No, we're not. So they get to the second part of the deal, the Den of Dilemma, which I thought was only going to be like a one-day thing, but I guess it's all housemates are participating or something. I don't know. The Den of Dilemma, and they call Deborah or Tom in the room, and obviously Deborah represents the girls and Tom represents the guys. And what they have to do is choose a path to go down, either the girl path or the boy path. If they go down the girl path, then the girls get, I think it's like a pampering session. And if they go down the boy path, then the boys get like a gym session. So they talk between themselves, Deborah and Tom. And they choose to go down the girl path because the guys basically, like, what is 1 hour in a gym going to do? 1 hour in, like, however many weeks y'all are going to be in there, that's nothing. Y'all might as well just let the girls have the pampering session. So they have the pampering session. But there's a booby trap for the guys, which is the guys have to now then go, like, in the spare room place and listen to Hannah's famous song, I'm Gonna Shit and Sing. I don't know the name of her song, but that song, they have to listen to her song for a while. So they put the boys in there, and they were listening to that song for an hour and a half. That same 20-second loop of I'm gonna shit and sing, I'm gonna walk and sing. They come out of the room. The boys come out of the room, and Lotan, being the little prankster that he is, decides to go and put a rat over in Hannah's bed, or over in Deborah's bed, because he's a little prankster. He couldn't do it to one of his little minions. He had to go do it to Deborah, someone who he doesn't even get along with. Was it Hannah or Deborah walks in and she finds the rat? It must have been Deborah. Deborah walks in, she sees that the rat's in there, and Raph's in the room too, and he's like, oh, that was the boys. The boys did that. That was the boys. Like, snitches again. He snitches out the boys, but this time deservedly so. He snitches out the boys. And they're just talking shit about the boys, basically. Raph and Deborah, they're just talking shit back and forth. And he's like, Raph's like, you know, Joe was the one who turned the boys against you. And I was like, whoa. That's a big statement. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? I mean, I don't know about that. According to Raph and Deborah, Joe was the one who turned the boys against. I don't know. I don't know about that, but that's what Raph said, so it must be true, right? So Isabel, Raph, Tom, and I guess Savannah's out there too, like in the corner somewhere. Isabel, Raph, Tom, and Savannah are outside, and Isabel brings it up to Tom. She's like, so, did you put the rat in the bed? And he gets all mad, and he's like, no, that wasn't me. Then Savannah, her little butt in the corner, stands up and storms off, and she's like, I don't know why everyone has to take everything so seriously in here. God, you can't even, like, sneeze without someone getting offended. And I mean, I kinda get where she's coming from, but it's like, girl, you've been in there for, what, a day and a half, like 36 hours. Yes, all these issues don't matter to you. They're insignificant to you, but these people have been in here for 3 plus, oh wait, no, day 18, what is that? About 2.5 weeks, and they already have these storylines and shit going on, and it matters to them. Like, they didn't just get here. they don't matter to you, Savannah, because you just fucking got there and everyone kisses your ass. So yeah, they don't matter to you. Yeah, so go ahead, storm away, storm off, whatever. So she leaves. She's so insignificant. She leaves, and Tom's basically arguing with Raph, and he's like, I'm not the one who put the rat in the bed. And he's like, well, it was you. It was one of y'all. It was one of y'all motherfuckers put the rat in the bed. That's basically that. So then Lotan goes in the diary room, and he's basically saying how there's like a divide in the house now between people who want to laugh and people who don't want to laugh or something. And I guess he's on the side of the people who want to laugh, and everyone else, the gay people and the black people and Chanel and Isabel, are on the side people who don't want to laugh. So then later that night, the crowd hears something going on behind the walls. So they run upstairs and they hear the fucking crowd, the eviction crowd. So they freak out. They're like, oh my God, we're having an eviction tonight. Get dressed. Everybody's getting dressed. All the people who were up for nomination getting dressed. Chanel's getting dressed. Rebecca got dressed. And whoever else was up, I forgot. They all got dressed. Then Emma gets on the speaker and she's like, surprise, Big Brother house. Y'all are up. It's a surprise eviction. Someone's going home tonight. Either Chanel, Hannah, Joe, or Rebecca. One of y'all are going home tonight. So the eviction happens. Rebecca goes home. We already knew that. Then a little bit later after eviction, Raph, Chanel, and Hannah are over on the couch, and they're just talking about how the clique are, how like they were so shocked to hear Rebecca's name called, and like how they're gonna be like acting different now that, you know, the public is privy to all the bullshit that the clique has going on, basically. Then later on that night, I guess the clique, again, I hate saying the clique, but you know who I'm talking about. The crew, as Raph says, he calls them the crew. The crew were in the bedroom. I don't know which bedroom is which, but like the nice looking bedroom, the crew's bedroom, basically, the clique bedroom. They were in that bedroom, and that's the bedroom that Deborah sleeps in. Excuse me. I guess one of them had like accidentally spilt some water on the bed, like I don't know. It looked like an accident. It looked like someone had accidentally spilled like a half a bottle of water or something on Deborah's bed. I think Deborah saw it, didn't want to make a big deal out of it because she knew that her sister was going to kick off. So she told Raph, because I think she just wanted to tell someone. So she told Raph. Then Raph again snitched and told Hannah that the crew basically purposely put water on Deborah's bed, which I don't think they purposely did it, but it did look kind of sketchy considering, like, A, the crew doesn't like Deborah or Hannah, and 2, you know, they're fucking assholes. So it certainly looked like it was on purpose, and, you know, everyone got started up. So Hannah goes out. She's like, I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm not going to make a big deal about it to Raph. She goes out and she asks Kieran, she's like, so, like, did y'all spill water on Deborah's bed? Like, yes or no? He's like, oh, yeah, we did, but, like, it was an accident, and, like, we put a towel down, and, like, it wasn't a big deal, like, da-da-da-da-da, and all the stuff. She's like, okay, well, all right, if that's what you say. Then she goes back and tells them, they're like, he did not put a towel down, there was no towel, it was on purpose, blah, blah, blah. I guess we'll never fucking know if it was on purpose or not. We'll never know. So then later on, Chanel and Isabel are in the kitchen. They go in the fridge and they take out ketchup and what looks like to me ranch dressing. It's like this white sauce. I don't think it's ranch dressing because I don't think they have that in England, but it's ketchup and some white sauce, and they start squirting it all over the ground and causing a mess. It's kind of annoying, but like kind of also funny. It's like, Chanel, you already done broke Rebecca's arm. She's already bitching about you on bots, talking about how you broke her fucking arm. Maybe you shouldn't be putting stuff on the ground, especially liquids. And then Big Brother he only calls Chanel up to the diary room. And Big Brother's basically like, girl, go clean that up. Chanel's like, all right, Big Brother, you don't gotta yell at me. You're being very aggy tonight. And Big Brother's like, the door is open, bitch. Go clean that shit up. So then later, Lotan is downstairs, like, all drunk, because he's a fucking alcoholic. He's always fucking drunk. He's seeing the mess. He's looking at the mess, and he's like, "These fucking cunts! I can't stand these fucking cunts." And he like walks off, and Ellie's like, "Lotan, don't use that word. You don't like that word, Lotan. Don't use that word, Lotan. No, I'm Ellie, and I love Lotan." She fucking tells him not to use the word cunts, and he's like, "Whatever, bitch. Don't tell me what to do." So Chanel's walking out of the diary room from being kicked out because Big Brother is telling her to go clean the room, and you got the whole crew just waiting at the bottom of the stairs down there, like they were about to like beat her ass or something. Like the whole crew was just like in a circle at the bottom of the stairs waiting for her to. She's like, "Why are y'all all lined up fucking waiting for me to come down the stairs?" They look like they're about to jump her or something. Security! Lotan and the gang, his gang, are in the bedroom talking shit about Isabel. She's tan, she's irrelevant, she's this, she's that. You don't like her because she doesn't want to suck your dick. She's not bowing down to you, so I don't like her, and she's a bitch because of that reason. And oh, you know, all that kind of stuff that Lotan likes to get up to. He says Lotan says he's gonna go in the other bedroom and ask Raph how long, or how short the shortest stay of any contestant was in Big Brother or some shit like that. Like how short, what is the world record for the shortest amount of time that a housemate has been in the house or some shit like that. You know, being a smartass, referring to Isabel, saying like she's gonna go home on Friday. He keeps planting the seed. He keeps trying to plant the seed to his gang to put up Isabel for eviction. And sure enough, they do it, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So he says he's going to go ask Raph, who, like, the shortest amount of time a housemate has been in there or whatever. And so he goes in the bedroom. Oh, before this, Joe calls Isabel a cheeky cunt. So that's someone else calling a girl a cunt. So Lotan goes in the bedroom. I think he's about to ask Raph that question. And he starts picking a fight with Chanel. He starts questioning her intelligence. He's like, "You can't call me anything else. You can't say this, so you're dumb." And he starts like standing over her, pointing at her, yelling at her, raising his voice at her. It got to the point where like she fucking jumped out of bed and was like trying to defend herself because he kept getting closer and closer to her fucking bed. She jumped out of bed and was like, "Get out of my fucking face. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, get out of my face." Screaming at the top of her lungs. Raph jumped up, you know, holding her back and stuff. Kieran and Joe come in all fucking late like they always fucking do, and they're gonna stop shit anyway. I don't even know why they're there. Lotan gets called to the diary room. He's like not trying to go. He's like, "No, I don't." They're trying to make him go, so he fucking goes in there, and he's like, "Oh, how you doing, mate? What's up, mate? Hey, mate," to Big Brother. Big Brother's like, "Can you tell Big Brother what just happened?" And he's like, "I don't know." Hold on. He's like, "I don't know. You saw, didn't you? You tell me. You saw." Don't be fucking rude to Big fucking Brother. And Big Brother was being nice to you. That's when Big Brother should have been like, "Okay, the door to your left is open. You can leave, like, right now. Just leave. Just fucking leave." He's like, "I don't know. You tell me. You saw it." Don't be getting fucking smart ass with Big Brother. The lowest blow that Lotan can say to all these girls when he's arguing with them is, they are boring. They're boring to him. That's like his go-to insult he says it sometimes, multiple times, like in one sentence. He's like, "They're boring. You're boring. Oh, you're absolutely boring. You're so boring to me." Oh, okay. Well, if I'm that fucking boring, why am I causing you that much stress and anxiety in your fucking life? I'm not that fucking boring. If you fucking sitting here worried about me, if I was boring, you would have forgot I was here and not be speaking to me. Anyway, he goes back in the kitchen and he's sitting on top of the table and his gang is all sitting below him, right? Because he is the king of that gang and his minions better bow down to him. So he's sitting all over them. And he's talking shit, and Isabel is standing there. She's standing up for Chanel. He says something. He's telling his side of the story, and Isabel's like, "Well, you did instigate it, though." He's like, "No, I didn't. I didn't instigate it. Lotan, you were the one who went into the bedroom and started the whole thing when Chanel was in there chilling, just hanging out with Raph and whoever else was in there, just hanging out chilling. Then Lotan goes in there looking for some bullshit to do. He's talking about, I didn't instigate it. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. You went in there. You would have left him alone if you weren't trying to instigate shit." She's like, "You instigated it." Isabel said this to Lotan. "You instigated it." He's like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't." She's like, "You stood over her." He's like, "No, I didn't. She was standing over me. She was the one standing over me." Lotan, dude, stop fucking drinking because it's fucking up your memory. You were clearly hovering over Raph and Chanel's fucking bed. That's why she jumped up and bucked on you in the first place. And then he tries to be like, no, when you saw me, he was looking at his crew like, when you guys came in, wasn't I sat down? Wasn't I sat down? Yeah, by then, but for the whole 20 minutes before that, you was yelling at Chanel. Standing over her bed, yelling at her. And then you sat down when like everyone came in there. Please, it's on tape, dude. Don't fucking deny it. Don't deny it. He's like, I wasn't raising my voice. I never raised my... Lotan, did you fall and bump your head, nigga? You forgot all this stuff? Yes, you did. All this stuff Isabel said was true. And then... and then he tries to say that Isabel is some intellectually inferior. He's strung two, 3-syllable words together and thinks he's fucking Einstein or something. And I don't know what he thinks he's like Poindexter. He thinks he's like Stephen Hawking or like this fucking genius. I don't know why he thinks he's so fucking smart. I don't get it, but he thinks he is like so fucking above everyone's intellect in that house. I really don't get it. Lotan, you're a fucking stripper. Like, no shade, but like... So Isabel and Lotan are still going on, and he's walking away at this point. And she's like, and you made Deborah's bed wet. Then he goes, who are you talking to? She's like, you. Then he starts walking away. She's like, you're walking away because you can't handle a little bit of confrontation. You are literally a grown man. Embarrassing. I was like, damn. Isabel is going in. Like, this is like her second date in the house. She went in on Lotan. I was like, oh my God. Go ahead, girl. So the next day, day 19. What is it, Friday? Yeah, Friday at this point. It's sometime in the morning. In the smoking area are Lotan, Raph, Charlotte, Ellie, and Isabel. Lotan comes over talking shit about about how Hannah is still bitching at him because he didn't apologize. How dare she bitch at you because you didn't? How dare she? How dare a woman mention that you should apologize to them? Oh my God. No, Lotan's a piece of shit. He never apologized his whole time in the house. He never fucking apologized, not once to anybody for anything ever. He was always in the right. Always in the right. Always in the right. Never fucking apologized for anything. So anyway, Lotan, Raph, Chanel, Charlotte are in the smoking area. He's like talking to everyone, like everyone that's out there in the smoking area. And then Isabel, I forgot what she says. I forgot what she said, but she was standing up for Hannah again. Oh, because, yeah, he was bitching about how Hannah said that he needs to apologize to him. And Isabel's like, yeah, you do need to apologize to her. That's like the right thing to do. It's like the bigger person thing to do. And he's like, who was talking to you? Bitch, this is a shared house. This is a shared space, this smoking area. You're talking to me, and I'm talking back the fuck to you. Like, what you mean? Who am I talking to? Fucking you. God, he's such an asshole. She's like, well, obviously you were addressing the whole group. I mean, you're out here talking. It's not like you pulled someone aside and fucking were whispering. You were addressing all of us. She's like, you were addressing the whole group. He's like, well, obviously my body language is pointed like this way. So, no, actually, I wasn't talking to you. She's like, well, you don't have to be so fucking patronizing. She's like, well, you don't have to make it so easy for me then. And Raph's like, Lotan, fucking chill. He's like, okay, Raph, I'm sorry. Because a man told you to chill, you can chill now? But anytime a fucking woman tells you to chill or to shut up or to stop acting a fool, you want to fucking buck and defend yourself? That misogynistic shit. So we get to the task. The task of the day is like this talent show competition-y kind of superlative, the most fill in the blank. Like most funny, most intelligent, most talented, most outrageous, most honest, and most sexy were the different categories. The first category was Ellie and Tom, and they did most funny. Tom literally doesn't do anything. He just like cusses at everyone the whole time or something. Then Ellie does impressions. It wasn't funny, but she won because at least she fucking did something. Tom didn't do anything. Then they had most intelligent. It was Charlotte versus Raph. And Charlotte did her multiplication tables, her 9 times multiplication tables. And Raph went around and said what everyone has taught him. Raph won. Yeah, I think Raph. Yeah, Raph won. Then it was most talented. Hannah versus Savannah. Hannah did like this spoken word, like deaf poetry slash dance movement thing. And Savannah sang a Justin Bieber song. What is that song? I know your mama don't like you, but she likes everyone. I don't really like that song. I like that album. Not really that song. I liked off of that album, I'll Show You, What Do You Mean, Where Are You Now, Obviously Sorry, the one with Big Sean, the one with Party Next Door, the one with Nas. Like, I really like the album. I just don't like that song. So she sang that, and she didn't even sing it that well. And I think Hannah won. And she was like, yeah, Hannah won. Then Savannah was like, I don't care. I really don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Then they had most outrageous, and this was Kieran versus Chanel. Kieran did drag because anytime a straight man puts on a dress, oh my god, that's like so outrageous and like so crazy. So outrageous. So he did a little bit of drag. And Chanel did this like this like performance art piece, like cat thing. I think Kieran won, but Chanel's was funnier to me. And they were all dancing to Hannah's like songs. It was weird. So, and then most honest, it was Joe versus Deborah. It was a tie that is like said bullshit. Then it was most sexy, Isabel versus Lotan. And Isabel and Lotan both did a striptease, but they both did very different versions of a striptease. One was trying a little too hard, Lotan, and one was just having fun and like making fun of herself, Isabel. It was a tie. Isabel should have won, but it was a tie. So after all this, Lotan gets called to the diary room, and he gets a formal warning for, you know, his behavior yesterday when he was arguing with Chanel and standing over her and threatening her and all this shit. They got the woman Big Brother, thank God. They got the mean Big Brother voice in there, and they were like, you need to be aware of your size, especially compared to women when you are arguing with people up in this fucking house. Just to break it down to him, because he wasn't getting what she was saying. And he kept trying to fucking talk over her. So she was just like, listen, you need to be fucking aware that you are a big ass dude. There are girls in this house, and you cannot be standing over the bed yelling at them, you know, being like physically aggressive. I've never used the word aggressive so much. So later that night, they get a party for passing the task. I don't know if it was for passing the talent task or passing the Den of Dilemma task. But, you know, they get the party. Then they start playing Truth or Dare. They're all drinking and having fun, and they're all dressed nice and stuff. Then Chanel gets dared to give Raph a lap dance. Chanel spins the bottle again, and it lands on Kieran. And she asks him, truth or dare? He says, oh, I'm scared of your dare, sir, truth. She asks him, who was a better shag, Rebecca or Isabel? He's like, I can't answer that. I hate people who play truth or dare, and they're like, I don't want to do a dare, but ask me a truth. And then you ask them a truth, and they're like, I can't answer that. It's like, don't fucking play then. He's like, I can't answer that. That's disrespectful. I'm not going to answer that. I bet you would tell Lotan if y'all was in the bedroom, or if it was just you and the boys, you would fucking say he was the better shag. He probably has said who's the better shag. He probably has. They just haven't, like, aired it. So he's boring as fuck. Then Chanel spins the bottle again. It lands on Lotan. And I think I forgot what she asked him. It was like, who do you think is the most sensitive or the least sensitive or some shit like that. Somehow it got mentioned, his ex-girlfriend, and he's like, don't talk about my ex-girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. Chanel was like, nobody was going to talk about your ex. Then Isabel, like, laughed at that, and then that's when he got mad, and he, like, stood up, and he's like, I've been addressed to walk away from dickheads in this house. And she's like, well, walk away then. And then Isabel goes in the diary room, and she's just like, she starts telling the truth. She's like, just telling the truth about Lotan. Lotan's a piece of shit. I've never seen a man like Lotan before. Anytime Lotan stands up and walks away, Tom, Kieran, Ellie, Charlotte, they all stand up and follow him. A little bit later, some of them are in the not pretty bedroom. And Isabel asks Savannah if she thinks what she said to Lotan was a low blow. And Savannah's like, yeah, I do. And she gives her reason why. And then she's like, I feel like you're becoming a defensive against me right now, so I'm going to leave the room. That's what Savannah said, just because Isabel asked her what her opinion was on the thing. She's like, I think you're being defensive towards me right now, so I'm going to leave the room. So Savannah storms out once again. She storms out once again. She goes out there, and she's like, they're having a go at me. And Ellie's sitting on the couch, and she's like, who? Who are? She tells them, you know, them in there. Then Ellie fucking runs in there. Tom runs in there with his fucking ugly ass baby fat jacket from like 2008 and a fucking some sunglasses. Why does Tom always have some sunglasses to fuck on? Tom, take your fucking sunglasses off. He always stays wearing some sunglasses. Every time they show Tom, he had on some sunglasses. Take your sunglasses off. You're in the house. Isn't that against the rules? Like, isn't that against the rules to wear sunglasses inside? What if he's doing drugs? We can't tell, big brother. I want to be able to tell. So yeah, they all run up in the room, ready to like kick Isabel's ass because they fucking can't stand Isabel. And Chanel's like, I'm not having 5 people of y'all run up in here and y'all just all be attacking Isabel. I'm not having 5 against 1. I'm not having that. So she starts, you know, defending Isabel and start taking her side. Then they all kind of leave, and Lotan's still in there, and he's like, he keeps trying to make Isabel feel bad or something about what she said, which she didn't even say. Chanel said it, but she wasn't even saying that. Isabel just laughed at the fact, and Lotan just keeps trying to make her feel bad about it. And Isabel's like, I don't feel bad. Like, if you feel that bad about it, you can leave. So then he's like, I have a son, you know. Again, keeps trying to fucking make her feel bad. I have a son, so? What that got to do with anything? Then he's like, I will promise that even if I'm gone, I will make sure that my gang don't gang up on you again. I will make sure that my dogs stay in their kennel and they won't come up on you anymore. Isabel's like, what? He's like, why are you being defensive? She's like, I'm not being defensive. He's like, if I leave, you're going to be stuck here with them. She's like, I don't mind. So he goes in the dark garden. He's talking to like Joe and Ellie or someone. I think it's Joe and Ellie. I don't even know what he's talking about. He like stands up and he walks over to the emergency exit hatch thing, breaks the hatch, walks out, but then he just goes into the diary room. Meanwhile, Ellie is sitting in the garden, slitting her fucking wrist, ready to goddamn kill herself and drink cyanide because Lotan just walked out the house. So, like I said, he was in the diary room the whole time. And then I forgot, he goes in the diary room. I don't even, he says something. I don't even know what he said. He comes back into his bedroom. Then his pet dog, Tom, jumps on him and starts licking his face like, oh my God, my dad's home. You know, licking his face. Because you know how dogs act. That's what Tom starts doing. And Ellie's like, oh my God, you're back. I'm so happy. And Kieran was, I don't think Kieran really, I think Kieran's playing an act. I don't think he gives a fuck that if Lotan left, but I think that story will unfold this week. Anyway, day 20, Saturday, the day shit hit the fan. Housemates are waking up, and Lotan is basically trying to rape Tom or something. Like, I don't know what's going on. He keeps talking about how he had a boner in the middle of the night, and he kept putting it on Tom's back, and Tom's is like laughing, and he's like loving it because he's like in love with Lotan. Then they all go and take a shower. Him, Kieran, and Tom all go take a shower together, and it's like, if you're gonna take a shower together and try to make it sexy, like at least take off your fucking underwear. Like, at least give us something to look at. But no, they all keep their shorts on. It's like really weird. And they're all in the shower, and Lotan is still talking about how he had a boner last night and was sleeping next to Tom. And I'm just like, okay, like. So apparently, that night, last night, the night Lotan left and came back, they got more drunk or something. And Lotan gets naked. And he's like walking around, and Tom gets up, pushes him onto Savannah's bed, butt naked. He's butt naked. Savannah was just like giggling the whole time, like loving it probably, I guess. I don't know her deal. So then, you know, it's still current day, it's still Saturday. Big Brother calls up Savannah to the diary room, and he's like, so all that shit happened last night with Lotan being naked in your bed and like putting his dick in your face. Like, was that okay with you, or did that bother you? She's like, oh, well, you know, boys will be boys. They were just joking. I wasn't offended. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Then Big Brother calls Tom up to the diary room and like gives him a formal warning for pushing naked Lotan onto Savannah's bed. So Tom gets a formal warning. Then Savannah, Tom, Lotan, blah blah blah, are out in the garden, having tea and such. And basically, she implies that she has fucked Justin Bieber, or that she sucked his dick before, or implies that she is hooked up with Justin Bieber, but she can't say what. Probably I'm sure she did have to sign like an NDA, like a non-disclosure agreement. And two, I don't know, like why even bring it up? I guess maybe to backhand brag that she knows Justin Bieber. I don't know. I really don't know. So then we get to nominations. Kieran, Savannah, Ellie, Joe, Lotan, Charlotte, Tom. They all nominate Isabel. Charlotte, Kieran, Savannah, Lotion, Kieran. They all nominate Hannah. Isabel, Hannah, Deborah, Chanel, and all nominate Lotion. And Raph, Deborah, and Isabel nominate Tom. So Isabel, Hannah, Lotan, and Tom are all up for eviction this week. But not really, because stuff happens. So we get to the task of the day. It's the personality trait task kind of thing, and like what they have to do is put stickers that each have a personality trait on it. They have to put them on the housemate that like they think corresponds to the personality or whatever. So they all do that. Then they all have to stand up and give the reasons why they chose the people they chose. So the first person to go is Ellie. She stands up. She's giving her reasons. And she looks over and she sees that Isabel is like, I don't know. I don't think she was asleep, but she had her eyes closed. And she like bucks on Isabel. She's like, Isabel, wake up, open your eyes. I'm talking. So rude. And then Chanel bucks back on Ellie. She's like, she is awake. She's sick right now. Fucking calm down. And Lotan like fake sneezes. He does a fake sneeze and then he goes, oh, I'm sorry. It's just, I'm allergic to bullshit. And then Chanel's like, well, shit, you should be dead with all the bullshit that comes out of your fucking mouth. And then he goes, oh, I hope the whole world just, like, heard how you, like, threatened to kill me or threatened that I wish I was dead or something. It's like, that's not what she fucking said. That is not what Chanel just said, Lotan. So then it's Lotan's turn, and he stands up, and Tom's like, pick that sticker, pick that one right there. And it was the one that Isabel has put on him. Tom's like, pick that one, pick that sticker right there. So Lotan picks the one that Isabel put on him, and it says vain. And he's like, why am I vain, princess? Come on, princess, tell me why I'm vain. Why am I vain, princess? Tell me why I'm vain. She's like, you know why you're vain. And she stands up, and she's wearing like a velour suit thing, so her stickers, they're not sticking to her. They keep falling off. And it's like, oh, your sticker dropped. Ha ha ha. So, princess, stand up. Tell me why I'm vain. She like sits down. He's like, no, stand up. Tell me why I'm vain, princess. And he keeps saying that. And she's like, you know why you're vain. You look in the mirror all the time. You're fucking vain. Which he does. He is vain. He's fucking vain. Like, it's like somewhere we're still playing the game. Isabel stands up. She goes and fixes her mic in the mirror because, like, her mic is fucked up and her stickers are falling off all over the place because she's wearing velour. So she's looking in the mirror and Lotan's like, oh, look it, she's vain, haha, trying to, like, make fun of the fact that she had said that he was vain. She's like, look at her, she's vain, ha ha ha, look at her, blah, blah, blah. And so she comes over, sits down, and she's like, and you're supposed to be a role model for your son. And I guess he didn't hear her because he was too busy talking shit to his boyfriend, Tom. And so she says it again. Yeah, you're supposed to be a role model for your son. And he's like, are you still speaking? And he fucking stands up, flings his water bottle, like, at, like, 4 of the fucking people that were sitting over there. They all happen to be girls, of course. I think it was Deborah, Isabel, Chanel, Hannah, and Raph, or Hannah, Chanel, Raph. But it hit about 4, the water that he flung at him, hit about 4 of them. Chanel is, like, pissed, and so is Hannah. They're like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Like, pissed. Hannah stands up. She's like, that hit me. That fucking hit me. And Chanel stands up. She's like, are you serious? Yelling at him. Lotan runs upstairs because he's a bitch with Tom. They run upstairs into the diary room. And Ellie is just, like, defending Lotan. Just, like, it's painful to watch this woman defend Lotan. It is fucking painful. I'm like, you are the type of bitch that voted for Trump because your fucking husband told you to vote for Trump. I know you're not American and you didn't actually vote for Trump, but you know what I mean. You're that type of bitch that would. You're the type of bitch to defend a fucking raper that, you know what I mean, if you like him enough. You will defend anyone. You're that fucking bitch. You're disgusting. You're not a real woman. You're like a waste of fucking of a person. That Ellie. She's so Ellie is still talking shit about Isabel. Only reason why Ellie doesn't like Isabel is because Isabel will just stand up to Lotan. She's like, why did they put Isabel in the house? Why didn't they pick Sam? What is Isabel's purpose in this house? I've literally no idea what her purpose is in the house. She has done nothing in this house but stir shit up. Isabel's like, because he needs to have a fucking wake up call. I said that thing about him being a role model, a shitty role model to his son, as a wake up call, and it is a fucking wake up call. She is true. That shit's true. He is a shitty role model. The way he talks about women and treats women in that fucking house is a fucking bad role model for his son. Straight up. Like, she did not mince her fucking words. That's the truth. And Ellie's going on about this. Well, that's personal. Ellie and Charlotte are sitting on the couch talking about, that's too personal. Bitch, this is an argument. Nothing is off limits. Nothing is too personal. What are you talking about, too personal? This is... I didn't know... Okay, so what... Want me to write down a list of rules of saying things you can and cannot say in an argument? It's a fucking argument. It's dirty. It's like... You can't say that. Oh, you can say this in an argument, but you can't say that in an argument. Oh, you can go there and don't say that, though. You can't say that. No, it's a fucking argument. And he spits the shit out, but he can't take it back. Fuck him, dude. She's like, go and say that comment about your kids to Deborah. Why would she go and say that to Deborah? Deborah is a fabulous role model to her fucking daughters. Lotan is not. She would never say that to Deborah because Deborah is a good role model. Lotan is not a good fucking role model. And she did not attack the kid. She did not attack Lotan's son. She was attacking Lotan. She was attacking Lotan's character, not the son's character. It's not like she said, oh, your son's a piece of shit because you're a bad role model. That would be one thing. But she didn't say that. She said, and you're supposed to be a good role model for your son. So Lotan is in the diary room with Tom talking shit. They can't believe that a woman stood up to them, and especially this new woman. They cannot believe that. They can't believe it. They're just like totally fucking in shock. And Lotan stands up. He like screams. I don't. He didn't punch the wall, but like he did something. And Tom stands up, trying to like kind of calm him down. He's like, "Get the fuck off! Get away from me!" To Tom, your only fucking friend in that. I don't think Lotan likes Tom. I never. You know what I mean? He like uses him to be like in his posse and shit, but I don't think he actually would fuck with Tom like on the outside of the house. I don't think they would hang out. I don't think he likes Tom. So he's like, get the fuck away from me, from Tom. When Tom's trying to calm him down, I'm like, that's his true colors right there, Tom. And meanwhile, you still sitting there trying to suck his dick. He's showing you his true colors. So Lotan stands up. He leaves the diary room. Big Brother's like, Lotan, don't fucking leave. Sit down. Lotan, come back to the diary room. Lotan, come back to the diary room. He goes downstairs. Ellie's like, oh yeah, come back down here. You're good. You're good. You can come. You're good. Come back down here. Big Brother keeps up. Lotan, come back to the diary room. Come back to the diary room. About after like 30 minutes of Big Brother telling him to come back, he stands up and he's like on his way back up to the stairs. And then Deborah comes out the cut and is like, look, I'm going to tell you something right now. That fucking drink hit me. She was trying to say that, but she got like in his face and she was like, look, I'm going to tell you something right now. She got so real. I'm going to tell you something right now. That fucking drink. Then Ellie comes in between, silly bitch, comes in between, tries to separate it. I don't know why, because they weren't like fighting or anything. She comes in, tries to separate. That was a mistake because then it got worse and people started pulling on, I don't know who. I think Ellie was pulling on Deborah. Deborah was like trying to let go, and Lotan is in front of everyone going back up the stairs. He's, instigating all this shit, making all this shit times worse, putting fucking fuel on the fire, just making everything worse. Ellie's stumbling upstairs, yelling to Deborah, hit me, hit me, hit me, trying to fucking instigate all this shit. Security comes out a little bit too late. I mean, security were so pointless. I feel like those security guys got fired after that night because they were lousy, horrible fucking security dudes. He runs in, he doesn't even know where to go. He's like, oh, he runs upstairs. he's guarding the wrong people. He's guarding Deborah and Hannah because they're the black girls. So he's, you know, he has to guard them. Meanwhile, Lotan is sneaking out of the fucking diary room again for the third time, sneaking out of the diary room. No, two security guards up there don't even see him come out because they're fucking. One's up there holding Ellie back. One's trying to hold Deborah back. There's like another one down there trying to hold Hannah back. They don't even see Lotan. Then Deborah running up the stairs because Ellie's trying to talk shit, talking about hit me. So Deborah's like, okay. She runs upstairs. Somehow it was Deborah in the lead. The security guard behind Deborah, chasing Deborah. And then Raph was a little bit behind the security guard. Somehow Raph got to the top of those stairs before both the security guard and Deborah. He got there before them. I don't understand how that happened. And Raph was the only security guard in this fucking episode. The other three security guards were useless, pointless, useless. Raph, they need to hire Raph to be security and fire the other dudes because those guys were horrible. If Lotan really wanted to, Lotan could have walked down them stairs and knocked the fuck out of Isabel. He could have square hit her in the fucking face, and no security guard would have been around because they were too busy trying to stop the black girls from running up the stairs. You know, that was basically that. People got physically touched last night. You know what I mean? Like, not exactly a fight, but it was like very close to being like a full out fight with like fists hitting bodies and stuff. If it wasn't for Raph, because security didn't do anything. Honestly, Raph stopped everything. So in tonight's episode, I think a lot of people are probably going to get formal warnings, a lot of talking to. We already see Lotan got kicked out. Deborah's disappointed in herself for acting the way she did. You know, she's got daughters at home, and, you know, she lost her cool. She did. But for a good reason. It was because you can't be throwing water and shit at people. You can't do it. You can't do it and then try to play the victim after that. Lotan goes in the diary room trying to play the fucking victim, talking about, just keep them away from me. Like, just trying to play the victim. And it was like, Lotan, just because you have Tom sitting next to you doesn't mean you're in the right. You're still not the victim. Then he's done with the diary room, and I guess everything is cooled and simmered a little bit. They still got security standing in the house just in case, because, you know. Lotan's in the bedroom with his posse, and he's like, if this were the outside world, I would have destroyed her. I would have destroyed her mentally and physically. So the rest of the night is basically the housemates just drawing their lines in the sand. It's very clear where everyone stands. It's very clear whose side everyone is on. I saw a new side to Kieran. I saw a new side to Ellie. I was already feeling that way about Tom. Like I said, the housemates are drawing their lines in the sand. It's very clear who stands on this side and who stands on this side. Yeah. Lotan got kicked out because he was about to threatening to beat women up. You can't be doing that. I'm interested to see now, like, how they're still, because you know Ellie is still going to defend him. And I'm just like, how he got kicked out because he was in the wrong, Ellie. Like, you have to realize that, right? Like, he was in the wrong. And I want to see how she can still fucking sit there and defend this man. I just have a feeling, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that Tom is going to be on his best behavior this week. I have a feeling Tom is going to be a good little boy this week. Because Tom is the dumbest one in that house. Tom is the dumbest person in that house. But I think even Tom knows that, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Like, oh shit, my daddy has gone. Daddy Lotan is gone. Fuck. I'm all alone. Fuck. And I think he's going to be on his best behavior this week. We will see. Stay tuned. Another video coming out on, like, the day after eviction. So whenever eviction is, the day after that. So again, thank you for watching and staying tuned throughout this long-ass video. They just keep getting longer, don't they? I'm sorry, but thank you for watching if you watched all the way through. Thank you. Bye.